right. Welcome to the Downside, the live podcast recording. Yes. Thank you to our special musical guest Tim Abu Nasir for picking a 7-minute song to set us up for this recording. We really appreciate it. My name's Gianmarco Soresi. I'm here with my co-host Russell Daniels.
Hi. It's very weird to talk into a mic that is not being amplified in the room right now. It feels like stupid.
Usually you're the positive one on the show. It looks like I'll have to be that.
Thank you.
We're here with our guest, a stand-up comedian who's also being at the Comedy Cellar tonight for the first time.
Congrats.
Please give it up for Ashton Womack, everybody.
Yeah.
But Ashton, this is a negative podcast, so something to bring the mood down a little.
Oh, yeah, man. More war in Afghanistan. All right, next.
All right, let's hit that theme song.
You said it.
Downside. This is nice. We're here, Russell and I. We barely made it. I was headlining a casino, Comics Mohegan Sun.
Yes.
And you and the rest of our sketch team came up to a boys' night.
A boys' night. It was labeled as a boys' night, a fun, relaxing boys' night months ago, and then. In 24 hours, we've recorded 2 podcasts now, and I got to see you perform twice. But no, it was fun.
What a lucky you.
Yeah.
You humiliated me online today, though.
I know.
So, okay, we woke up early. We got on 4.5 hours sleep, and Russell, you woke up early to take a bath. You took a full bath.
So I was very hungover, and I was like, I'll sweat out the toxins.
Whatever that means.
It's a thing. You sweat out toxins.
You're sweating out everything.
Why do people go to spas? People go to things to get the toxins out.
It's all a scam.
So I got up early to take a bath. Actually, and it was a very big bathtub.
Yeah.
I will say.
It woke me up.
It was anyways, it was a big bath. I took a bath. I got out. Realized that we still had tons of time.
Uh-huh.
And so then you thought I was done.
I thought he was done with the bathroom, so I went to a shower and I brought in with me, because when you leave a hotel room, you're leaving this forever. This is now someone else's problem, the room. So I had a pepper with me. I bring some veggies on these trips because casinos don't have a lot of healthy food.
That's true.
So I'm in the shower. Have you ever eaten in the shower? Of course, we've all eaten in the shower. And I
haven't eaten in the shower.
I ate a pepper in the shower.
He ate a pepper in the shower, and he left the inside pumpkin seedy part of the pepper on where you like to keep the soap.
Because I thought we were done. Oh, the hotel room becomes a trash can when you're about to leave.
Fun thing for the housekeeping.
It would be less concerning to find a beer can in the shower than a fucking bath.
Why is that fine? Why is the beer fine but the food is no good?
Because that's insane. What do you do when you eat?
What do you do with the pepper when you're going to eat it? What do you do first to the pepper? You wash it. I'm washing myself. I'm washing the pepper. It's a whole clean experience.
Listen, honestly, I'm just happy to hear white people taking baths. So this is...
There you go. That's right. I'm not known for my showering at all. So this is good to break the mold. Have you done casino gigs?
No, I have not, actually.
There's very sad. Have you been in a casino for fun?
No, actually, no. I've only...
do you know what a casino is?
No. I appreciate you thinking I have expendable money to to bet on. Oh, yeah, no, I can lose this.
Well, we went with our friend Chris gambled the most.
Yes.
And I just realized, as he's gambling, and I'm standing behind watching, I'm like, oh, that's the guy that I am. I'm not gamble guy. I'm the guy behind the friend being like, oh my God. And that's just who I am as a human, as a man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the guy at the strip club, don't throw all the money.
Yeah.
Well, hold on to $1. We got to Uber home, Steve. I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is the first podcast with my girlfriend in the audience.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm always I'm not even the guy at the strip club. I'm the guy. I'm not going in there. Is there a library open nearby?
Yeah.
Well, casinos, you'll do them soon. They're so bleak. They're dystopian. There's
you saw someone die last night.
No, I don't know if he died. He could have died, but there's a lot.
You didn't check?
I swear, every time you go to a casino, if you walk, there's old people in not great shape, and this guy was just lying on the ground. 4 people over him, legs splayed, shorts falling down. So I know it's sad, but it's all over the casinos. This is it's a place where people, there's part you're just stay there and
we
die.
We were eating at the restaurant, and we were talking about such sad things happen at casinos. they must see crazy things at the restaurant there.
We
And
saw
so-
a woman get arrested
Yeah,
outside.
so we were like, I wonder what the craziest thing that has happened here would
Tupac
be.
getting
And we
shot.
said it to the waitress, and she then just did a monologue for 15 minutes telling us the worst things that have
about the
happened
jail cell that's like right next to the casino that they put you
Someone's
in holding.
threatened her
There's
life.
a secret prison under the
There's-
casino?
yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
running this casino? Rahm Emanuel? Goddamn.
I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
She
the
told
shoot-
a story that some guy came out of a club, and then this is how she said, and he thought he was a fish. And we were like, what are you? And she's like, he just started flopping on the ground, and
Yeah.
they took him away, and we never saw him again.
And a guy called her the C word and threatened her life over not enough lobster in the lobster bisque. Was another thing she had had. I'm sure.
Reasonable life threatening.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
say. I've had lobsterless bisque before, and it is not fun. This is just cream of wheat, motherfucker.
The bleakest thing that happened, though, is I was trying to promote the show on TikTok, and so I'm trying to record a TikTok on the casino floor. And there's a lot of people in like scooters, like, you know, whether they're disabled or they're just feeling tired
Yeah.
that day. And as I'm trying to, there are some there that are just feeling tired.
Yes.
I promise.
Yeah.
I promise. And as I'm trying to record the TikTok, someone keeps backing up every time, and it makes a big, like a truck, like beep, beep,
Yeah, yeah.
beep. So I couldn't get the TikTok recording. And it just felt like if we were both part of a failed American dream.
That does sound like dystopia. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you gamble ever? You ever?
I've never gambled, actually. No. Have I gambled? Shit. When was the last time I gambled? Shit. I moved to New York. I went to college. Shit. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a gamble.
We gamble enough with our profession.
Yeah. No. I feel like the biggest gamble in my life was my mom not aborting me, and then she was like, "That's all the gambling we're doing here." All right. No. Just thought this was a downside. All right. Thought we were supposed to be sad on here.
Okay, so were you first kid?
Yes.
First kid. And how many siblings do you have?
Okay, I was the first kid. Okay, now I got to break it down for black family politics. I was the first kid on my mom's side.
Okay.
I was not the first kid on my dad's side.
Listen, I'm from a divorce, so like we can relate
Oh,
on this.
okay,
You know,
yeah.
it's from different spectrums.
I was the second kid, but only by 3 months. So my dad had a kid, and then he had me with another woman.
I see.
So I was almost the first kid. If my dad would have, cheated on if he would have cheated on my mom first.
Wait,
I
so
would've been the older-
he cheated. The person he had the baby with, was that he was cheating with that person?
No, okay. How he had my? I don't know. Honestly,
Who is the first? Who is he not supposed to be fucking?
You think he's told any of us the truth?
I feel like your mom must have told you.
My mom, what happened was there was a naval base, or not a naval base, I think it's a naval base in Chicago, and that's where my dad and mom met, in Chicago. And that's where my brother's mom met in Chicago as well. So he probably was just juggling them both at the same time.
Got it.
So there's no chicken and the egg situation here. It's which came first? Probably my dad. But
Are you and your brother friends? Are you close?
yeah. Oh, I love my brother. We're close. I love my brother. We're very close. We know nothing about each other. But we're
That's
close.
why you're so close.
Yeah, I know. I found out he was autistic like 2 months ago, and I was like, what? That's what, this whole time, you're like, we were taking him like classes and all kinds of stuff. I was like, y'all didn't tell me? I was like roasting him the whole,
Oh, no.
I was just making fun of him my whole childhood. I was like, something's wrong with you. I'd just be like,
So growing up, how did it work? Were your parents together in the same house? How were you seeing him? Like, what was the situation?
I didn't meet my dad till I was like 13 or 14.
Wow.
Yeah, I met my dad. I met him when I was like 13 or 14, and then that's when I met my brother. My dad had like this whole spiritual. He's like, I gotta have all my kids together, and then he got us all together, and we were just all poor. And I was like, damn, we were better off separated.
Was he with your brother during that time, or was he just off?
He was just off.
He was just off.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. He did. I will say he did marry my brother's mom, and like.
Give me a second. He married.
Oh,
got it. Okay. No, I do. I just need a
I
second.
know it's like I need to teach a calculus class for family for broken families. All right, this is a. No, yeah, he married my brother, my older brother. His parents, his mom, They were married in Chicago, stayed together for a few years, and then my dad was like, fuck that. And then he left.
Got it.
Went out for milk, as they do, and never come back.
And when you're 13, does he show up at school?
Yeah, he showed up. What happened was it was sad. Like, he was supposed to come when I was 12, and I had all my bags back. It was kind of funny.
no.
Oh, fuck.
It was literally one of those, and my mom, she just like, I can't tell him. She was like, he's waiting, and he's just, I cannot tell him. I remember hearing
You
her,
thought you were doing what?
I thought I was going to Memphis. Like, I was in Houston.
You were packed, ready to
with all
go.
I was so excited.
Oh.
Had you ever talked to him even, or you just were like, I'm going to see my dad?
Yeah, I never talked to him. My mom was just like, your dad's coming this summer to pick you up. And she was like, he'll be here on the 13th. And I had all my bags back and all that shit. And then he never came. And I was like, fuck this Nick. No. But yeah, that happened when I was 12. And then my mom guilted him. And he finally came down when I was 13. He's a stand-up comic. So, like...
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, known? Do I know?
No, not at all. He is not a known stand-up.
Is he good?
He is good. My dad is really good, to the point where, like, my family, they see me, like, I do well for comedy, and they're like, you're doing good, you're so funny. Your dad funnier, though. I'm like, well, if he was so funny, why he asking me for money, huh?
Whoa, God.
Who's the funniest now?
Is that like his main gig right now? Like, he's headlining on the road?
Well, he's like a local Memphis comic. He's like, he's old. He's tapped out. He's like, my back hurt. He does road gigs, but he's mostly in Memphis working like a regular job. He's like a local comic. Back in the day when I was younger, he was actually like working. He was on Comic View. He was on like he started off with like Little Rel. All these like. Literally in the circle, like that's how I met a lot of people in the comedy. A lot of the black comedy circle I met because of my dad. He put me on stage when I was 16. It was awesome. That's what I was saying. When he came down, I met him. We were in an Escalade, and he was like, "So what do you want to be when you grow up?" And I was like, "I want to be a stand-up comic." And he fucking lost his shit because he was like, "You know I'm a stand-up comic?" And I was like, no, I don't know nothing about you. I don't know nothing about that was the first time my mind was blown as a kid. I was like, whoa, I'm supposed to, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, that's how I met him.
So you still like talk frequently?
Yeah, talk all the time.
So it's good. Things are good.
Yeah. No, me and my dad, I love my dad. I'm an easy person to like, I'd be forgiving people. I don't hold grudges. Not that I don't hold grudges. I just be tired. I'm like,
yeah, I get that.
I don't feel like being mad right now.
Would you have him open for you? Would you do like a father-son gig if you were in Memphis?
I would.
That'd be so
I would
cool.
Absolutely, and then bury his ass. Be like,
yeah,
old man.
You gotta.
Yeah, old man.
You gotta.
Give it up for my opener. I think I'm gonna fire him after this. I don't know.
Would you want to do like sketch comedy with your dad?
No. No. My dad doesn't, I don't think he likes comedy. I don't think he does not like being embarrassed. Like he doesn't look like looking stupid or so I think he would be awful at that.
My dad pitches
Those are
me.
the funniest people though.
No, he's not. I wouldn't put it in the category of funny. I think he's very sweet man, but not funny.
Yeah. My dad, I wish he had an artistic outlet because he calls me and like pitches ideas like pretty intensely. And he's like, I'll give you money to produce it. And
do you have a pitch? Like what?
Like
a standard pitch?
the one that he has brought up again and again. And I'm pretty sure that this is bad and sad. I'm pretty sure like every woman my dad has dated, he has maybe encouraged them to augment their chest and has paid for it. And so he's like, you got to do a show called My Wife's Boob Job. And it's about like asking your wife to get a boob job and paying for the boob job. And I'm like, this is not in my brand at all. This would be a crazy shift for
what's
me.
What's the turn? Like, what's the thing?
It's the
level
level
like
of thinking like
real reality show he's pitching.
No, that's not reality. It's like a one-man show, and then I would talk about it. Or maybe I'd play him.
Okay.
But he brings it up all the time.
Okay, but how many boob jobs? Like how many real? Like how many really do you think
that he's paid for?
Yeah.
I feel like the most recent one came with one, but I think probably three.
He's
women.
paid for 3.
Yeah, that I know of. I'm sure there's more.
So 6.
Yeah, that's the rule. That's the rule. Whenever guys tell you how many boobs jobs they paid for, multiply it by 2. That's the real number.
Is your dad still in the dating game? Is he still out here?
He's dating someone just a little younger than me.
Oh, damn.
At the moment.
Damn.
Listen. Whatever makes these two people happy, whatever the relationship is, that's fantastic.
Well,
when your parents get older, and they get older and like, medical things, you're just like, I want someone there to when you fall on the floor, they can help you up. And if as long as they're 18, whatever, pay for everything.
Yeah. That is fair, except for me and my mom. I don't ever want to see her with another man in our house. I'm like, I'm the man. You don't need no mother love. It's me. Who is this guy? No.
Well, so you have a younger sister. Is this on your mom's or dad's?
Oh, my mom's. My mom. I do.
Okay, so did she marry, date?
Oh no. Well, she
not remarried,
she dated. She got another boyfriend, and then they broke up. But then she had another kid. But yeah, she didn't remarry. My mom's never been married. I don't know a single married person, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
No one in my family is married. We're all just like polyculing it up, to be honest. We're all, no, fucking.
Is your mom? Did she date when you were a kid though? Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, my mom was out here.
Was she separated from you, or was she just like first date? Like, this is my son.
No, she.
Your son now.
Yeah, she. No, I met her boy. I would meet her boyfriends. I would hate all of them.
Right out the gate, not a single one you dug.
Did not. There's not a single person in my mom's life that I want her to be happy, just alone. Can you do that by yourself?
See, my dad, when he brought a new girlfriend, I'm sure my dad did it. Like, she would give me a bag full of toys.
Oh.
And it was like, I was young and impressionable, and I loved them immediately.
Yeah.
But then when they left, it was more painful. It might be better to hate them from the get.
Damn, you broke, but they brought so good toys. Why would you leave her?
Yeah.
That's
I do it on stage, but the real story was like, it was like someone broke up with my dad. I was very young, and she came over. She like then had to have a breakup with me. We like sat in the car, and she said, I got a promotion at work, and I'm going to be really busy. I don't think I'm going to be around as much. And I said, I remember I was like, well, will you still come over sometimes so we can play Monopoly? And she was like, yeah. And I never saw her again. And after like 10 of those, after 10 of those women like came in and out of my life, then my dad's like new girlfriends, I was cunt to. I was just so horrible to, because I was just like, you'll be gone soon.
Yeah.
You're like the rest of them.
Close.
They all leave. They never come back with Monopoly or play.
And one of the reasons I was so happy to have you, I was just in where you grew up. I was in Houston
H-Town.
for the first time ever.
Hey.
It was a very different comedy scene experience. I told you about it, but I was in a green room at the Secret Group, which is a big comedy club there.
Got the shirt on right now.
Is that, oh yeah?
Yeah, Secret Group. Yeah.
And a lot of masculine energy, a lot of people throwing around the F word.
Yeah.
Felt like I was in a room with 3 Russells.
Okay. Okay.
I haven't wanted to say that for days. And there was a fight that broke out because someone came off stage. He blew the light. There was another guy. He called him the F word and took his hat. And then I saw this guy. First, I didn't know if they were friends, if they were like roughhousing, like joking. But very quickly, you're like, oh, he picked him up. It's this big guy. Picked him up, slammed him against the wall, hit another woman
in a green room.
By falling in a tiny green room.
Yeah.
Pot being smoked. I saw
end?
someone do. And then I went to a secret bar. Where I saw a guy snort something off his hand, and there was a scorpion. And I was like, this is different.
That was our governor, Greg Abbott, you saw.
Greg Abbott.
Yeah, no, Houston's a fighting ass scene. How do I know? Because I fought a lot.
Really?
Fought a lot of people in Houston for no reason. Houston is that. It's cocaine, drinking, fighting, and kind of good comedy. It's like, God damn, these people, it's something about it. There's like pure grit in the air, the water. It's very... I'm sure there were no women around.
There were women there. There were some women there, but like it was this kind of masculinity that I'm not a part of.
It is.
So I just sit there. I'm like, please don't hit me.
I was in like 3 fights in Houston, and I moved to New York, and I never got into a fight again. And I was like, oh, it was that place.
But were you starting the fight? Tell me the worst fight. What's What's the big one?
I'm sure this sounds real. I never started the fights. It was never me. No, literally, it was a lot of drinking, a lot of like the first fight I got into was this guy, I'm gonna say his name, Matt. No, I'm not. he was a comic in Houston. He would get drunk, and he was bitter about where he was, and he just saw new comics coming in, and he saw them like getting booked more, getting like booked at the clubs, and he was just kind of bitter and got drunk one day, and he just goes, "Oh, you think blah 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 is funnier than me? Well, I'll fuck up your family," just like out of nowhere, and I was just like, "Oh, bro, you can't. Now I gotta kill you."
Oh my God!
Now I gotta kill you and your family for threatening me. So
Was this in the same green room?
this was at not the before the secret group had a green room. This was just in the secret group parking lot. They put on shows in a parking lot before they had a building. So this was just outside in a parking lot. Him just getting drunk, trying to. It's Houston is violent, and can I be honest?
You can.
I love it.
Really?
I hope it never changes. I hope every time you go down there you feel unsafe. And I don't ever want it to change. It's what builds you.
And you were born there?
I was born in Galveston, but I lived most of my life in Houston for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just Texas in general.
Well, I went to Austin after, and Austin was surprisingly, it was artsy. There were taco plate. It felt very New Yorky, except for the fact it was even hotter than it was here.
And there were no black people.
Well, thank you for saying that part.
Something was nice
Something
about it.
was
Something
so
was really,
great about the
I
Austin
can't remember
scene.
what. I couldn't put my finger on it.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, Austin is awesome. I like going to Austin. It's just fun. It's like it feels more like I definitely think it has like a New York. It definitely. Well, it's because it's drinking. It's like music. It
was just so artsy.
It's more liberal.
I went to one. The Broken Spoke. It's like a dance hall, and it was like these older people in these Texas get-ups and these cowboy hats dancing, and they're. It was interesting because there were still like Texas guys. They're like men. Yeah. I'm sure. And what I'm saying is like I'm sure they're homophobic. I'm just gonna guess.
Oh, no, they weren't.
But they're wearing like these purple leopard vests and they're like having fun. And I thought like if you just lifted a wall and there was a gay club on this side and it merged, no one would know the difference. Everyone would get along. And it's just this thing of like seeing like super masculine men like kind of look kind of pretty and just dance around.
No, that's the
I thought
thing.
like this is the same.
No, that's the thing about Texas. Men dancing is already a gay club to them. They're like, oh, y'all are in there dancing, and oh, hell no, that's the gay club. Like, you don't, dancing and showing emotion in Texas, it ain't happening. So if you saw men dancing and having a good time, you were at the gay club, buddy.
What do you miss about Houston now when did you move to New York? How long ago?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. Yeah. What do you miss? Or are you good here?
I mean, I miss my mommy.
You're very close to your mom.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
You call her every day?
I be trying not to. I'd be like, don't. She wants me to, but yeah, I do call her most days. But
how often do you call your mom?
Often, I'd say 2 to 4 times a week.
Yeah, I would say that's closer to me than.
She definitely
But they're
tries
not
calling me
long.
2 to
They're
3
quick.
times a
They're
week.
quick, like little things. You know,
Oh, they're
your mom
quick.
calls you,
She calls. But she's very understanding that if I don't get back right away.
but you get back like.
Yeah, I get back.
Yeah.
They're not too long. My dad, it's long.
Oh, okay. But you do in less frequent, but long.
Yeah, my dad. It's just like my dad. Sometimes we'll go a month without talking to each other, and I look up. There's this New York Times article about being estranged from your parents, and I'm like, I guess this is me now. Yeah. I really like. There's times I'm like, I think my dad and I are about, and then he'll call and he'll talk about.
That's happening to me. I don't call my dad. I call my mom like 2 to 4 times a week. I call my dad like once a month, and the catch-ups are fucked up. Cause I'll be like, how's your month been? He's like, oh, nothing, just had 2 heart attacks, got out of the hospital. I was like, what the fuck? Nigga, why didn't you tell me? I'm good. I was like, what? You been in the hospital this whole time? Yeah, dog. And I'm like, so yeah, that's why I'm like, fuck, I gotta start calling.
Is he dating someone?
No, not.
Do you know what I mean? Where with the medical stuff, you just want them to have a part. I got a call from this 31-year-old my dad's dating, and she texts me, call me right away, and I'm like, well, my dad's dead.
God.
So you're
and
saying,
she's going to tell me. She's going to tell me. She's going to tell me.
no, that's what. Don't.
And it was just like kidney stone. It's her and it's both of them. If you text, they know I'm an anxious person. Text what the thing is.
My dad was dating a younger person and he died, and I'd be like, so you single now? I heard you have a type. I'm directly like.
God. Who knows?
No, I'm fucking around. No, my dad actually did date a younger girl and then had a kid by her, and now I have an 8-year-old sister by someone who's my age, and I'm just like, tell your mom I said fuck her.
Okay, do you know the 8-year-old? Are you friends?
Yeah. I love my little sister.
Is there kind of an obligation where like your dad has sex and has a baby? You're like, well, fuck, I have to be close to this person now. I gotta like. Do you feel a responsibility? Like, I am their brother. I have to like be good to them.
I do.
That's good.
I want her to like, you have a little sister. You're like, all right, you get to have the fun life. All right, we had to go through the fucked up shit. But now that you're an adult, now that like me and my brother have autonomy, it's like, okay, you have a circle of people who are gonna make sure you don't fucking want for anything or try to. Like when she needs school stuff, flights to like a little field trip in DC or some shit like that. We take care of her. So yeah, I definitely.
All right, let's not get too positive. So you have a lisp.
I do.
And your manager has a lisp too.
Yeah, it's what I think that we signed in a lisp contract. We just we lisp in each other's hand, and then.
What causes a lisp?
I don't know. I'm not.
You never saw a speech pathologist or anything?
Oh, is that what they're called? I was gonna say lisp surgeon, but speech.
Well, it's actually a speech pathologist, but I didn't want to. I just want to make it easier for you.
No, I never saw that person you said.
Yeah.
No, I just saw a bunch of black kids who let me know. That's who diagnosed me. That's who diagnosed me.
Oh, that's great, the diagnosis. Here's
You
what's
got
going
a
on.
lisp. What's that? Yeah, it's on my face. That's what it is.
When did you know, like, how old were you when you knew, like, you had one?
Like 11. Like my little cousins were annihilating me. They like, look how he talk. Yeah. They were coming. Come in the room. Come in the
Come
room.
in the room. Say something.
Exactly.
Say something.
Say that. Say something.
Say something. But now, do you feel like it's like it's like a part of, especially comedically, like you already have the jokes for it. You can't get rid of it now.
I'm like, fuck.
That'd be funny. You come off stage, you're like, seashells by the seashore.
Yeah,
but on stage, it's seashells.
I'm actually a trained actor, and this was a whole bit that I've been doing. This lisp, I've been, yes, I'm a fraud. No, that'd be funny. I wonder if there are comics faking diseases just for the bits.
There's comics definitely boosting up the accent.
Yeah.
I go, the accent got a little bit stronger when you got on stage there.
Yeah. You have that one guy you told the story about who faked that he didn't have an arm.
What?
Like for
we told it on the story. It was a guy, I brought him up, and he made me bring him up, older comic with like one arm hidden, and he said, all right, can you bring me on as a fake name? And they said, well, whatever you do, don't say give him a hand. And I was like,
oh my God.
I know what your first joke is. and then
Nightmare.
And then he told all these jokes, crushing. By the way,
Because
that's the other thing.
Because the audience thinks it's real.
Thinks it's real.
Yeah.
And then
Really?
he runs off stage because he's so nervous. He made me bring him up. He's like, he's the janitor here, and we
Oh
love
my
him. This is his
God.
first time on stage.
I hate
And then he
that.
runs off stage, and I have to be there and then go back on stage. Getting paid $20 for this 3-hour gig, by the way. And I run back on stage like, oh, that was weird. Now give it up for ba ba ba. And he comes back, and he's like, oh, it's me again. Reveals his arm, and the audience applause break. At the miracle they just witnessed.
So it worked well.
That's the problem with hacking comics. You're like, it crushed them.
How did it
murdered.
work? How did it work? Do they not see an obvious man with
He's
an
wearing
arm?
a baggy shirt. This wasn't a well-dressed gentleman.
That's like what is it, an audience full of babies? He's like, he still got our nose. How does he? How do you not know this is what the fuck?
Oh,
That's
God.
great. God, why do I try so hard on my comedy? That just is so upsetting. All right.
You can't have one arm and a lisp. That's too
I
many
know.
things. Then they just pity you. They're like, Jesus, this guy.
Oh, wow. Oh, you're a black queer Muslim? Well, I got one arm and a lisp, so Trump card.
Now you have talked. You have this podcast now.
No, I
right?
don't. No.
But you've been on it.
Oh, yes,
This
for-
is
oh, yeah, yes,
with
yes.
Roywood Jr.
Yes,
and
for
you were
the
talking
Daily
about
Show.
therapy. We talk about therapy a lot, and you're very pro therapy.
I am.
When did you start?
I've never been. But
Sure.
I'm
You're
pro
just one of those guys like, I should go. So many guys in the world. I should go. Yeah, I really should go. And you're like, what collapse of your life has to occur for you to pick up the phone?
It's a very funny story because I got hired at the Daily Show on a piece about mental health and the importance of therapy because I had like a whole mental health episode, and I got sent to. I got sent to therapy, but it was like church therapy, and it was just like the worst shit in the world. Like it was like I went to my pastor, and he was like, "What's going on?" And I was like crying. I was like, "I'm unfocused. I have ADHD. I feel like ever since I graduated, I can't do anything. I don't know where to focus my energy." And he was like, "Whoa. You just said you graduated?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I graduated." And he was like, "Brother, I haven't graduated." And I'm here talking to you. You good. I was like, what? He was like, I don't have no kind of credentials. I'm here. And I was like, what do I do? He was like, bro, you good. You So, like,
Yeah.
I didn't get any help.
But so you just went once, and they were like, "You're fine. Go away."
That's exactly what happened. He was like, a degree?
Stamp of approval.
A degree? Yeah, that's exactly. I got pushed away. And so I had to, like, really, I personally just, like, had to, like, build the tools to help my mental health, which I'm assuming is what I'm not assuming, I know what you get in therapy. I just have never personally actually been, but I understand the benefits.
Oh, really? You've never been?
Never, never been, which is funny because I go on like these panels and I talk about, I've researched, I've talked to so many therapists, mental health experts. I've been so ingratiated in the world of therapy. I just have actually, I'm a fraud. I've never.
That's so funny. I really assumed that you were like intense.
It's so funny because I've been like on CNN doing like these national black journalists, and they're like, "So how has therapy changed you?" And I was like, "Oh, it hasn't. I've never been." And they're like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I just saw a thing. I deep dived, I researched, and just talked to a bunch of people. I've been really ingratiated in the world of mental health, and like literally, it's." I probably should go.
See, there you go. It always goes, I should go.
I probably should go, but I feel so good. I'm like, wait, my well-being is great. But no, I should go.
You meditate, though?
All the time. Well, yes, not in the past like 2 weeks because I've been going hard, but for the most part, a lot, very often.
How long?
How
a day?
long?
Yeah, when you do a session.
I'll do, if it, like, throughout the Monday through Friday, I'll probably meditate a good 30 minutes in the morning time. When I wake up, I try to get my
30 minutes. Did you ever go through a meditation
I've never
phase?
tried to do it.
I used to do it, and then
I feel like
I did
you
30
would not
for
be
a
very
little.
good at it.
What does it mean to not be good? Like I'm checking my
I think
phone.
a lot of thoughts would come in. Yeah.
Well, yeah, a lot of thoughts do come in. That's why
But
you
then-
do it.
but
Then you
yeah.
let them pass.
Okay.
It's like a cloud passing. Yeah. Do you listen to like one of the apps that tells you like inhale, exhale? That's all, and that costs $100 a year.
No, I would love that. I would love it if DMX narrated it. That's what I would. No, I'm sorry.
I mean, unless he recorded it already. I don't know if you've heard the news.
Have you heard that new post-communist album? Did I even say that word right? Post.
How
you say that?
Posthumous.
All right, I said post-communist. All right. Listen, I'm not that smart.
That's not true. You write for The Daily Show. People, right? You write for The Daily Show? That's
the dumbest writer. That's great for The Daily Show. They have Harvard graduates.
Do you feel dumb in that space?
Yes. Obvious. I feel I'm in a room with a bunch of fucking Yale, Harvard graduates, and I'm like a student of George Bush's No Child Left Behind program. So it's like, I should not be in this room.
Are you actually?
Yeah, probably.
What is that? What was that program? I never really understood what it was.
I don't either.
It means you can't fail. It means no matter what, the teacher has to change your grade. So it's honestly
real?
leverage for the student. You like, George Bush got my back, dog. You can't fail me. George Bush is my guy. Like, basically what happens is you go to summer school, and even if you fail summer school, you get promoted to the next grade. It's literally something like that. No Child Left Behind. That's how it tangibly worked out. It's supposed to be like, we got to make sure these kids get second chances, all that bullshit. But really what happens is you're in the 10th grade and you don't know how to color in the lines yet. And you're basically dumb. You're dumb. I went to college. I was just in my first year in college, I was just in all remedial classes. I was just in.
Where'd you go?
U of H.
Okay.
Woo!
Oh yeah,
I
you
went
guys
to U of H.
we got some cougars. Go
We
Cougs.
do. We have 2 cougars.
We got some-
I went to grad school, UH.
Yeah, 3 if
Oh,
you
you
count.
did? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was UH.
Yeah.
You went to the same campus.
You also went to U of H?
Yeah. Oh yeah, grad school.
Oh shit.
2010 to 12.
Oh, it's cool. Fuck
No, 8 to 10. 8 to 10.
2000.
8 to 10. Yeah.
Oh man, that's when I was there. I was 2008 to 2012. I graduated,
What did you go for?
I went for media production. Basically film direct.
What if you guys found out that you like were in a fight? Like that's what you thought. You're like, oh my god, we were fighting. We were one of the 3 fights.
I was in the theater department.
No.
He never stepped foot in the theater department.
I was like, wait,
He walked a mile around the fucking theater.
We have a theater department?
Oh yeah.
What was your major?
My major was film and television, and I minored in health. So basically, it was like media and health. Like I used to do brand strategy for the Department of Health in Houston when I was like living.
What, you so you're like in remedial film classes, like how to turn the camera on?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Basically, I was in remedial math classes. I was in like remedial. Just remedial math. I was really bad at
Did
math.
they call it remedial? Did they just say like?
They were like,
you're close.
Yeah. They called instead of like, you know how it was like 101. That's where you were just in one. You're just like
Oh my god!
zero.
No, I never heard
You got
of
like
that.
you're 100 away from the first class.
Did y'all not have remedial classes?
They didn't label it like that, but yes, I think we did.
What they label it when y'all were?
I think they just took away the kids, so I don't know where they went. You know, but I like they went to a different room. I think I don't think it was good. That was good either. But I don't know what happened.
I spent a lot of my time in like school in ISS. Like that's where I spent.
Yeah.
I was like I was one of those kids like I was like diagnosed with like ADHD, so they wanted to give me Ritalin. So they put me. My mom didn't want to give me Ritalin, so they put me in like. Whenever they wanted to put kids they didn't want to deal with, they would put them in. ISS or not ISS immediately. They put them in like classes. They put them in lower than AP class. There's AP regular, and then there was the kids that I had to hang out with, and it was just a bunch of fight. It was like a school to prison pipeline, and but luckily, thanks God for that school to prison pipeline, because you know how many school shootings I avoided going to. I'm like, oh, thank God I'm in this jail cell in school. Tyler's not gonna get me. All right, no.
Wow.
ISS for them stood for in-school shooting. That's okay. All right, no more school. I'm not allowed to do the dark jokes.
Was there a school? No, please. Was there a school shooting?
There was
near
definitely
you?
school shootings at my school. But the thing is, when black kids do it, it's not called a school shooting. It's just called a shooting. There's a
Because is it more targeted?
Yeah, it was like it wasn't everybody was getting got. It was like a gang from a rival neighborhood in Memphis. I remember there's a high school in Memphis, Tennessee. It's called Central High School. I remember we have a big like kind of a large stoop. You have to go to the classroom, and kids would just sit on there. And one day, some rival gang saw the guy he doesn't like, and just sprayed the whole thing where everybody was sitting, and everybody ran off. No news at all on it. Just happened, and then we were like, "Are we gonna close down school?" And it's like, "No, we're just gonna add metal detectors," and which was fucked up because they added metal detectors only to one door, so all the people with guns would just go to the other door. It's like, well, those are the murderers. It was like VIP entrance.
Oh my God!
The metal detector, that definitely doesn't seem. I don't know what the solution is to be.
We
to
couldn't
be
afford
fair.
metal detectors, so they did the mesh backpacks. That's all that they did.
Wait,
What do you mean mesh backpacks?
But we didn't have like shooting. We had a lot of bomb threats, but no shootings. But
What do you mean mesh backpacks though?
They were mesh.
Also-
like they were made out of mesh, so you could see into them.
Oh,
So
you all had to like get the same
everyone had to
backpack.
buy the same backpack. Everyone had to get mesh backpacks. So
What
they
did it look
could
like?
see
Like,
it.
it looked like a
you
fishnet
know
stockings?
mesh shorts.
Oh,
but
yes.
But
even
wider
more
holes.
see-through.
Yes.
Were they? I've never seen a backpack a mesh backpack.
It was big
like what
in-
you'd carry like soccer balls in.
Yes.
Yes.
The backpack.
Oh my God, I would rather get shot. I don't want to wear this whack ass shit. Shoot me, motherfucker.
Were you at school the day that thing happened?
Yeah, I was at school, but luckily I wasn't cool, so I was like in a classroom playing chess or some shit.
Do you remember
Playing
like?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Do you remember like an alert? Like were they like hide?
I remember. I don't actually. What happened was I remember being at school. I left and I heard about it from like that night because it happened like after school. So like it was like 4 p.m. when everybody was like leaving out, and whenever school ended, I ran home. I did not want to be nowhere near that building. And luckily, it turns out that day everybody else ran home too because the motherfuckers were getting shot. But
How many people died?
Actually, I think people just got shot. Nobody died. And I'm like,
Well, that's good.
Maybe that's why.
It's kind of a happy ending to that.
Yeah.
Kind of a happy ending.
But I will say, at that same school, I saw a kid get stabbed in my English class, and he took it the most gangster way I've ever seen someone get stabbed. I mean, I've only seen one person get stabbed. It was him. It was Freddie.
What grade are we talking?
10th grade.
10th grade.
10th grade English class. Freddie was like getting in an argument with this kid, and then this kid just shanked him in the stomach. And Freddie's like a bigger guy, so he like took it. So it didn't like, because he was like larger, it was a stab, but he had like a little protection. And he just like slowly walked out, and he was like, "I'll see you next period, nigga." And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
What the fuck? And I literally, Freddie, he just went to the nurse's office. I didn't see him the rest of that day, but I'll never forget that moment.
Wow.
I hope he was okay.
Nah, yeah, Freddie's fine. I mean, I'm sure the rest of his life didn't turn out great, but I'm sure he's fine that day. Anybody who takes a stabbing.
He turned it around after that. He went home. He said, "You know what? This has got to stop." And this sounds very scary. You should go to therapy. No. This is all very traumatic. Were you scared at school? Were you? Did you ever have a gun?
No, I never had a gun. I was a fucking nerd. I was a nerd.
Nerds are the ones who need it the most.
I
would say.
Trust me. I wasn't. Yeah, I was scared. I was depressed. That's what I mostly was. I definitely remember.
I'm depressed hearing it.
I was. This is the downside, guys. I wasn't. I think the depression outweighed the scariness because like it wasn't just like it's like I couldn't make friends. I was like a Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblade playing ass.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, if only.
I was a little fucking right.
If I wasn't not in Houston, not me. If you were with me,
we could have
played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Beyblade. Oh, okay.
I did a Yu-Gi-Oh competition once. Did you ever do it?
Oh, of course I did. Of course. What?
Do you know what Yu-Gi-Oh is?
I don't know any of this.
It was like an anime. It was a manga first, and it's a card game like Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's in
Pokemon.
Yeah, but like
It's a
Pokemon.
children's game. Yu-Gi-Oh is for
pretty-
adults. All right, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Thank you.
What you're talking about is a child's game, and what we're talking about is an eloquent system. All right, no.
Was that your number one Yu-Gi-Oh? Or were you a Dragon Ball kid?
I was everything. I was like, right now there's this whole resurgence. Like, we're black nerds. We're proud to be black nerds. Half the reason why I was depressed was like, I can't be myself. I gotta hide who I truly am.
Let me ask, what is it? I think it's so interesting because I grew up with anime because of Toonami, but within the black community, the anime is like Dragon Ball is so popular. Like, why was it on a channel that just like why do you think that connection was made?
It was simply the most accessible one that people felt comfortable to talk about with. It was like, first off, Dragon Ball Z is like so broy and duty that like. You can't, no matter who you are, it just speaks to everybody. But it was the most accessible anime. It was the most like, it just was available. And like, people wouldn't mind talking about Dragon Ball Z. You could talk about that, but if you were like, yeah, man, did you see Naruto last night? He was like, no, motherfucker, you nerd-ass motherfucker, what the fuck? Naruto.
It's pretty judgmental if you like Dragon Ball Z to judge Naruto.
Yeah, like, what am I, like a
That's
nerd?
like in Pokemon, you're like Digimon, you loser.
I know, and I love Digimon.
Digimon was really good. It didn't last very long. Digital monsters.
Digimon are the
Do you know that
champions.
song, Tim?
Yes, if you
Tim, hit us with Digimon theme song. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, Digimon was my one. I remember I hated Pokemon because my name is Ashton, and I remember the first time. God damn, I swear to God, I was an AP student. I know I've told y'all all about the downside, but I was a good kid. I wasn't fucked up. I was in good.
You say you were an AP student?
Yeah,
You just told us you were remedial everything.
I was in remedial classes for some, and I was also in AP classes for others.
Okay, what were you good at?
I was good at English. I was good at like science. That's it.
That's still impressive.
Those were the two, and then everything else was like, all right, you regular. But yeah, no, I fucking damn it, I forgot. Damn it,
You said Ash. You were made fun of.
Because I'm about to tell you another fight story. But when I was in the first time I ever got in trouble, it was when I was in the second grade, waiting on my mom to pick me up, and some kid kept calling me Ash, and I was like, I'm not Ash Ketchum. My name is Ashton. And he was like, whatever, Ash. And I just swung around, and I swung and hit him. And the kid behind me was like, it wasn't even me. It was him. I was like, fuck.
You hit the wrong kid.
Yeah, I hit the wrong
And
kid.
by the way, Ash that's not like he's the lead of the show. He's the hero.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
I
the
was
worst
a
insult in the
Digimon
world.
fan. I was a Digimon fan. It's called gang warfare, all right? I don't fuck with that turf. Wrong turf, but you don't go around calling a blood a crip, all right? Don't call me Ash Ketchum. All right, I'm a digi-destined in this household.
And so just do you feel like, as you know, your career's going well, does like going back to Houston, supporting Houston, like, do you love this place, or would you want to move your mom out of there, leave Houston behind forever?
No, I love Houston. I want to stay. I want to go back to Houston. I love Houston.
You want to like live there?
Yes.
You want to be like, headlining, but your home base is Houston.
Oh no! When you say it like that, you added comedy and road work. I don't want to be a road comic in Houston. Hell no, that's that sounds awful.
That you're just like your dad. You're just,
I know. No, that's all right. This podcast is over. You're just like your dad. No, I couldn't imagine raising or being here longer than the next 3 years. It's this New York.
Okay, so let's talk downsides of New York. Russell loves New York. I'm ready to talk shit about New York all day long. Tell me the downsides of New York City.
What?
Go for it.
Where are the insects that aren't like the regular insects, not like gnats and fucking flies and shit? I haven't seen. The only time I've ever seen a bee here was next to a trash can, and I was like, oh,
I'm sorry. Wait. So
No, I like this because you hear the same ones over and over again. I like that.
That New York doesn't have enough bees?
No, I think
That's what you miss?
That's an interesting thing being
What
like.
insects do you want? I wish when you said no insects, I'm like, what are you talking about? There's too many insects. I want them all gone.
No. Compared to Texas, there's barely any.
Yeah, there's.
I mean, like they're all kind of small flies. So he's saying he misses them.
What do you miss? A scorpion? You want a scorpions
I would
in the subway?
At least a scorpion would
have a personality.
Yeah, all the animals and insects in New York are the grossest things that could live here. It's like whatever can survive on trash. That's what survives here.
And there's not enough of a variety,
including the people in New York City.
Roaches, flies, bees.
That's my
kinda
point. Rats and pigeons. And
so what do you want?
I don't know.
If you get one bug, you want fireflies. I can take. I like a nice firefly.
Dragonflies, some fish, a pond, some greenery, nature, not all kinds of just hot ass asphalt everywhere. It's like this sucks. Like that's what I miss. I miss.
There was in
nature.
Austin. I went paddle boarding, I guess, and I saw a turtle. And you see turtles, and that's nice for a second.
Coyotes.
I've seen enough
There's
turtles for the next 5 years.
in Central Park.
There's turtles in Central Park. Maybe you just need to go to Central Park.
I go to Central Park. I go to parks. I'm going to a park after this. I put
Just
parks in
looking
my
for
veins. I'll be like, come on, baby.
Dragonfly.
Give me them trees, motherfucker. I need nature. Like, I really need nature. That's why I was like, this is going to be fun. I'm going to have my time here. And then I'm going to be a hermit in Texas somewhere. That's what I want. And get into the occult. And I'm just kidding.
Great, that's exciting. Well, on that, let's move on to our next segment. This has got to stop, Tim.
Hey, this has got to stop.
This has got to stop. This is where we talk about things in the world that need to go away. They need to fade out. Did you have one? Did you bring one with you?
I mean, I know plenty of things that need to stop. Stop world hunger. No. Stop. Fucking nostalgia. That's what I want. That's what I want to stop. I want nostalgia to stop.
Okay, where does this bother you?
Literally, we are degrading as a society. As like, there's nothing. Everything is just a reiteration of something else. Everything is just derivative. Benifer is back, and I'm like, nigga.
There's no part of you that goes, oh wow, love returns, and it's beautiful. It's a nice thing.
I'm like, oh fuck, they're gonna make a Geely number 2 or whatever.
Did you see Geely number 1?
I did not. No.
I remember so funny because I was in the theater and I saw the trailer for Geely, and I thought to myself, I was like, that looks really good. And then it came out and it was known as like the worst movie of all time, and I was so embarrassed.
Yeah, no, that's my. I'm like, fuck, bro. I want to see. Where like everyone's so creative. Like when you look at you see all these like individualistic, all these colors, all the people are doing with their hair and all, and just how they're expressing themselves. Everyone expresses themselves so unique and creatively. Yet our culture is just this fucking secular cycle of like.
Because we don't have a lot of time anymore. So you got to go like, okay, I'm gonna watch a new TV show. Oh, I like Saved by the Bell. I can trust that I'm going to get a little bit of dopamine because I'm going to see the people again. And it's kind of like the thing I already know.
We're literally a decade away from being nostalgic about nostalgia. Like, literally, like, damn, you remember the Ghostbusters remake? I hope they...
I hope they remake the remake.
I hope that remake, not the original. Ugh. I want the one with the girl from SNL. I want I'm like that's what. That's
You
what
think
needs
there's
to-
going to someday? Oh, we need a remake of the all-female driven
2006.
Ghostbusters.
Yes,
That's exactly what's going.
Let's remake that one.
People are gonna be like,
That
oh my God, they're doing it! It's gonna be all men this time.
Let's do an all-male version of the female
female
reboot of Ghostbusters. People are like, I'm on board for that one.
This looks good. I like this. Yeah.
I mean, I have one. You have one. Does any audience members? Did anyone have one? This is our first time doing it live. If anyone has, Jackie, you have one?
But I don't know if it's appropriate to share. Do you want one particularly for the down?
Do I want one that we can share on the podcast that we're doing right now? Yeah, that'd be great. What do you mean? What, like how
so much
how bad is it
work.
going to
Yeah.
be?
Now it's definitely going on.
Two separate ones. One about the downside itself, and then one.
Oh, a downside. Let's hear the downside.
Spicy. That's awesome.
Yeah, do it.
Give her a microphone.
Yeah. Come. Do you mind say it into the microphone? This is gonna be an editing nightmare. This is truly like I can't even tell you. I'm looking at all these
Do I look
things.
at you while I say it?
Yeah. You're good here.
So obviously, for those of you who don't know, I'm a big fan of the downside, and it's actually. And I've said to you, this has been something that has really made me happy. So it's had the opposite effect. It's something that I always say, this has got to stop, and it has stopped a little, is when you pretend like you don't know how your damn sound cues work, and we all know that Gianmarco is a perfectionist.
Wow.
You do everything to perfection. I'm like, this is curated imperfection.
Okay,
Did
she
you say
said it
that
too.
too, Tova? Your girlfriend's right.
Yeah.
My
So,
girlfriend's
okay.
reaffirming. Russell, please.
Okay, I will say.
Thank you, Russell.
I will say that Gianmarco was doing a bad job at the beginning of it, naturally, and then there was a bit where he was doing it as a joke, a little bit, and then I think you intervened, and then I did it a couple times, thinking that's what we do now. We do this thing, and then he's like, no, we don't do that anymore, because Tova said we don't do that, and so it did go on longer than
Amazing.
necessary. But yeah.
I love you, Tova. Love you, Tova.
This is hard. This system is hard. Like
Yeah.
I don't like. I know what these 4 buttons are. These could
Well,
be
they-
Tova's Night Terrors.
Yes.
These could be a weird Jewish song for a bit we never did.
Yeah.
Or then there was the classic When Your Dog Died, and I
Yes,
tried
the
that
song you
joke
made
that
about
failed
my
so
dead
bad.
dog. Yeah,
One of
yeah,
my
yeah.
biggest regrets
Yeah.
when Russell's. Would you remember this? When Russell's dog died, I thought it would be funny.
The
that
next
I had
day,
a
the next day.
The next day that I had a segment called like how here's a checkup on Russell's dog. It was a whole
my
song
God.
it was I've got some
Oh
bad
my
news.
God.
I've
It
got
was
some
like
bad
how
news.
is your dog Russell? Hennessy.
I had been updating on the podcast the dog's health, and then he made this song, and I didn't laugh, but I didn't impact. I was fine with it. I liked it. I thought it was, in theory, I thought it was funny, but it didn't make me laugh. Does that
Here's
make
our
sense?
new segment on the downside.
I think it'd be funnier if it was not me.
Is your grandma still alive?
I appreciated you doing the bit, but I didn't laugh. Do you know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
Yeah.
All right, Tova give her the mic.
Oh,
let's give her.
give her the
we
mic.
got a downside.
I have another one about the
This is
downside.
Tova.
I've expressed this to Gianmarco before, but sometimes when I listen to it a lot to like hear what he has to say about me, and every now and then he'll say something really, really sweet about me on the podcast, and I'm like, I wish he'd say that to me. Like I find it on the podcast where he had
That does not feel like about the podcast. That feels like about our relationship. Separate from the
he
podcast.
said when Jake Cohen, the cook, was on, he's like, yeah, well, Tova, when she makes home-cooked meals, it's just like, it's so warm to come home after a long show to meals, and it makes me feel so good. And I'm like, you've never expressed that to me once. So that's another downside of yeah.
Tova has to listen to the podcast to find out if y'all are getting
Literally.
married.
Oh my God! All right, give it back to Russell.
That's fun.
Anyone got a regular downside? Not about my podcast.
That was funny.
Jackie, did you have a second one? Noah's volunteering, so if you got a regular downside, share it. Jackie is one of our first Patreon members. Let's give it to Jackie one more time. Jackie, what's the downside? Has nothing to do with this podcast.
This is just my way of trying to get a full guest spot on one of these episodes. Okay, so I have social anxiety that I hide pretty well. I hide it so well that most people would not know. So thank you. you, Christina. I like her. So something that for me it's gotta stop is that I love hosting people in my apartment, but if I'm not hosting you and we're hanging out in my neighborhood and you ask me if you can use the bathroom on your way home, I don't want you to come into my apartment because I don't know, like it might be dirty. My fiance might be masturbating. My cat might be masturbating. There might be feces in the bathroom, or maybe like I just don't know how to get you to leave after.
You don't have to just swing the door open and be like, no knocking. You could be like, honey, we're coming.
How often is this happening?
It happened right before this podcast episode. Yeah. No. It happened a few days ago. 3 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uninvited company.
Let me say, if I were walking with you and I had to take a shit and you were like, don't, and you were like, no, I would say, please.
And I would say, do what I have done for my 11 years in New York. There's a Bed Bath & Beyond right here. I'll go in with you. There's a Starbucks here. I'll go in with you. But I would actually just let you do it because I would never want to be rude and I have social anxiety. So I'd let you shit in my bathroom.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you for this kind of stuff. What do you think? You think that's... You should feel good. I'm sure your place is stunning. You've been there.
Yeah.
It's
but I understand
beautiful.
the thing of like,
Did you
if
take
you
a shit?
don't know someone's coming, you're not prepared, you know?
Did you poop?
Did I take a shit? I can't. I think I did because I stayed over when our power was out, our thing was out. So I think maybe I did, but I don't remember.
Did you see the cat masturbating?
I did not. Not yet.
Well, see, irrational
Fingers crossed.
fears.
There's always the future.
My this has got to stop. It comes from the casino. Have you ever been to like a hotel place where like before you go to the elevators, there's a guy and their whole job is show me your card. And you have to show the card because they think you're sneaking into the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to just like, it's one of these jobs where I'm like, this doesn't need to exist. Just pay him and let him go home to his family. This doesn't need to exist, but still pay him. It's good that he has a job, but like it doesn't need to happen. How many people are sneaking into the casino? And JP, who featured from JP?
Oh, McDade?
He was featured for me. He said it's because it's like a sex worker thing. They don't want sex workers.
Yeah, it's like, that makes sense.
Casino.
Like, for the casino? I thought you said hotels. Okay.
Well, it's the hotel at the casino.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I know you've never been to a casino. It has like everything.
Oh, okay.
It's like a cruise ship almost on land.
You getting carded to go cheat on your wife? This fucking
Yeah.
sucks. Like, damn, sir. I'm just trying to have a little infidelity. Now I got to show my vaccine card? I'm out of here. No, all right.
There's certain jobs that you're just like, this doesn't need to be here,
Right.
but keep paying the person.
Yes.
But it needs to go away.
Yeah.
And what's your this is going to stop?
Okay, mine is a little of a warm take and maybe too niche. And I will say, ahead of time, I really like this person, this actor.
I have another this got to stop. It's long prefaces.
I know.
To this has got to stop.
So there's these videos going around. People love them on social media of Mandy Patinkin and his wife. And it's like, oh, look how cute they are. And I felt the same thing, and I did think it. But there was one recently around the Free Britney time, and the whole thing was like that they didn't know who Britney Spears was. And what I didn't like about it is like, they're like, look how cute this is that they don't know who Britney is and they don't know her songs. But they used the hashtag Free Britney, so they wanted to both be like, we don't know that. We're just kooky, like we're out of the loop. And then also use it for social media in a weird way. And you can't not know who Britney Spears is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like being like, isn't this charming? I don't know who George W. Bush is. Like, it's too...
But hashtag love the paintings.
Yeah. I didn't like it. It bothered me, and I don't like it.
I like Mandy Patinkin personally
I love
because
him.
I saw him on the train once. I was on a date, and I was a little bit drunk, and I saw Mandy, and I, like, freaked out. And he got off, he went one stop from 72nd to 79th. And I got off, I said, Mandy Patinkin, I went to college for musical theater, and thank you for being such an inspiration. And he took me by my hand, and he said, I'll see you down the road, kid. And then went off.
Okay,
and it was
take
amazing.
It back. Okay.
But I had a college professor in musical theater, and he said that he knew someone who worked with Mandy Patinkin, and he said this to us randomly. He said, my friend told me that if murder were ever legal, the first person he would murder is Mandy Patinkin.
Oh my Christ.
So I have this mix where I'm like, I bet he's like super sweet and super monstrous.
No, I just didn't like the thing of like, I don't know sports. But I know who Michael Jordan is. You mean like you just know things? So I just.
But what are you
didn't
more
like it.
mad that they didn't know, or that they then tried to
don't-
capitalize on
yes,
like
that
Free
then-
Britney?
You
Nonetheless,
can't be like, I don't know who she is, but I'm gonna then use this thing to like. Get
is this what
social
everyone
media.
agrees on right now? Then me
Exactly.
too.
Yeah. I didn't like that.
Well, that's social
Because
media.
then
for
you do care. You do care about pop culture. You're using it right now to like. I just don't like when people are like, I'm above pop culture. You're like, no, you're not. Everyone's in it, and you're using it right now. I don't like that.
If he's so,
And I'm really mad about it.
It's so like, it's like you could host like a show on Bravo and you'd be like, you're not above pop culture. You could host a Real Housewives post-episode talk.
You're not going to listen to the Kanye album? Who do you think, you're better than us?
I don't need you to listen. I need you to know that it's happening right now. Do you know what I mean? Does that
No.
make sense?
No, yeah.
That's Kanye. That
It
album.
came out today.
Oh,
It
yeah.
came out?
It
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
came
it
out.
came out.
Oh,
right
fuck.
before
It's
we
out,
started.
right? We were
It's
listening
out
to it right
now.
before this.
Is it good?
I only listened to like 3 songs. It opens up with, I don't know. I'm gonna be a Kanye fan and say yes.
Okay, good
I'm
to
just
know.
gonna-
Good to know. We got our first review of Kanye. Let's go on to our final segment. You've got to count your blessing. Tim.
You better count your blessings.
Oh my God, Tim! Thank you so much. Fantastic. I think we went pretty well for our first live one. This felt good.
Yeah, that was fun. That was the audience.
Yes, this is very cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Next time we should have an audience. So Russell,
great audience.
We do. It was a fantastic audience. I'm very happy. What's your blessing?
Very short. I've been away for 2 weeks. My blessing is I'm happy to be home back here. I've been traveling, and I'm excited to just be home now. You know,
Back in New York with us.
back in New York.
Just a couple bugs. You know, all the bugs.
Yeah.
I'll say my blessing. I don't want to make eye contact with Tova while I say it, but my birthday was I turned 33. Oh God! And Tova got me a gift, and it was a toiletries bag, very nice one, leather, GVS, Gianmarco Vincent Soresi, GS on the side. But even the bigger part was a box of all like 10 different mini deodorants and 10 different mini toothpastes, so that I never, when I'm packing, have to like move things from the bathroom into the bag. I thought someone was coming in. By the way, when we started this, a bunch of comics came in. I guess there's usually an open mic here. And I was like, no, it's much sadder than that today, gentlemen. We're doing a live podcast. But so now I have this bag when I'm going on the road. I don't have to. I hate the part of going to the bathroom and being like, move this here, put this in a bag, put the brush. So it's a portable
It's a really nice
toiletries.
Wait, Tova-
when I need to go, I put that bag in there. And I just used it for Mohegan Sun, and it was
love
perfect.
it. Yeah, it's great.
She got you 10 sticks of deodorant
Yeah.
and told you it was because she wanted you to have it organized. Yeah, it's for organizational purpose. Nothing to do with me sleeping on your armpits at night. That's a damn. You're a good liar, Tova.
It was a very
That's
good
awesome.
gift.
Hey, happy birthday. Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you. It
That's
was
a
your
great
birthday
gift.
a couple days ago too.
Oh, yeah. I guess, yeah, that's what what's it, blessed? I'm definitely blessed because, I was like, my mom called me at the beginning of the month and she was like, what are you going to do for your birthday? And it's this like, I don't ever really celebrate my birthday, but I was like, I don't know. She was trying to give me ideas. And she was like, you should go get a massage. You should do this. And I was like, I'll just do that tomorrow. How am I going to? It's hard for me to plan a birthday. It's because I'll just do what I want to do any day I want. So I didn't plan anything. But then my birthday week came, and all of a sudden, I got friends visiting town. I got people. I get to perform at the Comedy Cellar. I get to do all kinds of. The week just Kanye dropped an album. It's just like, oh, did you do this week for me, guy? It's like, so that's what I'm grateful for. Not having to lift a finger and the universe doing its work. Yeah, that's what I'm grateful for.
Boy, that's tough for me to swallow. And how old are you?
I'm 31. I just turned
31. All right. Well, I do think it's important. How old are you?
Why are we doing ages right now?
33, 35,
36.
36, 33,
We're all old up here.
31.
It's okay.
I think what's important to remember is that given the state of the world, we are probably well past the middle of our lives. Let's hit it, Tim, with the downside.
Yeah.
Play us out, Tim. With the downside live.